Hello, and this is a short stretch routine that you can do at home when you're maybe sort of struggling for time a little bit, or you just want to add in a little bit of stretching, maybe at the end of the day or first thing in the morning, just to help you out with your general flexibility, mobility and stuff. So nothing too complicated in this one, but just maybe spend like 15-20 minutes just kind of stretching, loosening things up. Just for your overall general well-being, I suppose. So yeah, something that you can put into your daily routine just to help loosen you up, okay? So first what I'm gonna do is just find that nice seated, grounded position in that sort of cross-leg position. If you're struggling to be in this cross-leg position, what I suggest is basically like putting a pillow or a couple of pillows underneath your bum just to kind of raise you up a little bit, and you might find that a little bit easier into this position here. But first thing we're going to try and work sort of through the body, and we'll start off on our neck. Yeah, so if we sit up nice and tall, start with the head looking up, and then moving the head round in a circular motion. Yeah, so you might find that your neck starts to make some funny noises. Yeah, some cracking, popping, grinding, all sorts of funny noises. Yeah, good. And then change direction, back around the other way. Yeah, it's quite good to kind of loosen up the neck, especially if we're sort of sat, maybe sort of looking at a computer screen or looking at our phone for a lot of the day. Sometimes we get a bit of pain in that neck. Yeah, so we just want to loosen it up. Good, bring it back into the middle, and then turn the head to the side as far as you can. Yeah, so bring the chin over to the shoulder, and then turn again, chin over to the other shoulder. Yeah, same again, chin over the shoulder, and then chin over to the other shoulder. Yeah, that's it. And then looking up as high as you can, and then down, chin down to chest. Same again, looking up, and then chin down to chest. Nice, good. So from the neck, just working down into the spine now. So we just want to try and move our spine in lots of different directions. Yeah, because your spine's quite a mobile piece of anatomy. So we're going to start with a twist. So we're going to place the right hand onto that left knee. Left hand comes around the back. You want to push the hand into the floor to inhale and lift the chest, and then as you exhale, twisting round to the side. Yeah, so chest is lifted so we can breathe. Yeah, spine is long and lengthened, but we're rotating. Yeah, we're twisting round. Yeah, just getting that nice twist. And remember, while we're holding our stretches and our yoga poses, it's very important to still keep breathing. Yeah, so try not to hold the breath, just let it flow. Yeah, good. And then bring that back around to center, and then changing sides, other hand on the other knee, hand around the back. Inhale to lift the chest first, create the space to breathe in, and then the exhale comes with the twist. Yeah, it's just twisting around on the other side, looking over that back shoulder maybe, just getting that nice twist. Yeah, that's it, back into center. So now we're going to move the spine in a sort of lateral motion, so it's sort of bending over to the side. So we can either place the forearm down onto the floor, or if you're struggling, yeah, maybe you can just, rest a hand on the floor. Don't worry too much if you can't get that forearm down. We want to focus on the side of the body, right? So hand or forearm comes down, other arm comes up, and then we're bending over to the side. Yeah, so you should feel that nice stretch down the side of the body into all these ribs down here, but we're just moving the spine sideways or in a lateral motion. Yeah, same again, just breathe in, slowing that breath down. So every time you breathe in, just think about expanding in the ribs at the side. Yeah, so where you're feeling it in here. So good, bring yourself back up to top, and then changing sides. Obviously, your left and your right might be a little bit different, but see how you go. So forearm down, or hands down, lifting the other arm up nice and tall, and then bending over to the side. Yeah, let's get that nice side stretch. Yeah, same again, breathing here. Good, bring yourself back up to top. And now lean forwards. So take a big breath in first. And then as you exhale, rounding the spine, dropping the head down, coming into that forward fold. Yeah, if you want to walk the hands forwards a little bit more, That's okay. So while we're down here, and we might struggle to breathe into that chest or the stomach, think about breathing into the back. Yeah, so breathing into the spine, breathing into the sides of the ribs. Nice, and then slowly bring yourself back up to the top. Nice, let's open the chest up a little bit. Sometimes our chest can get quite tight if we're in front of a computer a lot of the time, yeah, so that the shoulders are sort of in and this chest is a bit tight. So we basically need to open everything out. Okay, so hands are going to come behind us, pushing the hands into the floor behind you, lifting the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together, dropping the head back a little bit, and then just feel the pull into the chest. So with every breath in, you just feel the expansion in the ribs. Yeah, feel that rib cage expand. Nice, good. And then release. Yeah, bring yourself into a tabletop position now. So one of my favorite ones for the spine, it's just kind of going into a cat and a cow position. So in yoga, a lot of these positions have like animal names because of sort of what they look like, I suppose. So this one's going to go into cat and cow. So we're going to have the hands directly over the shoulders, knees over the hips, and you're in this sort of all fours position. Now, as you breathe out, pushing the back up nice and high, so rounding in the spine, tucking that pelvis under, and then as we breathe in, dropping that belly down, arching the lower back, and then gazing up. Yeah, so you've got that curvature in the lower back here. Same again, exhale round, pushing the back up as high as we can. Yeah, then inhale, drop, arch, gazing up. Yeah, let's go for one more. Exhale to round. And then inhale to arch. Nice, good. Still in this tabletop position. We're going to go for a big twist. So we're going to take the right hand off the floor. Inhale, lift the right arm up as high as you can. So touching the sky, opening up. And then as you exhale, breathing out, bring the hand through the gap and bring the shoulder and the ear down to the floor. Yeah, so the other hand can just kind of rest there as a bit of support. Stomach's in the middle, so you've got that space to breathe. Yeah, I'm just enjoying that little twist. Nice, good. Bring yourself back up to the top. Change your sides, so the left hand comes off. Inhale, lifting that left up as high as we can. And then exhale, same again. Bringing it through, shoulder and the ear down to the floor. Good, bring yourself back up. Okay, next one, just moving into that lower back just a little bit more. If you do struggle with lower back pain, give this one a go and see how you feel. If it's too much for you, stop. But I think this is quite a good one to kind of get a bit of movement in that sort of lower back and the hips as well. So from tabletop, bringing the hands forwards a little bit, yeah, widen up that stance on the knees. Yeah, now from there, as we inhale, so just breathing in, pushing the hips down, and then just coming into that little bit of a lower back curl. Take it smooth, don't want to rush this. And then as we exhale, push the hips back, and we're going to come into that child's pose. So bum comes back, forehead comes down, breathing out. That's it. Inhale, bring yourself back up to the top. And then same again, pushing the hips down into that lower back curl. And then as you exhale, same again, pushing the hips back, bringing it back down to the mat. Yeah, let's go for one more. Inhale, coming forwards into that curl. And then exhale, dropping it back. Yeah, good. Bring yourself back up. So from the spine, we're going to move into the shoulders a little bit next. Now, from this tabletop position, we're going to move into our scapular protraction, retraction. Yeah, so basically your shoulder blades, think about sort of sliding them open and closed, yeah, squeezing them and then separating them. All right, so tabletop position there. Keeping the arms straight, yeah, drop the chest, think about squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then as you breathe out, think about winging them open, so yeah, slide them out. Yeah, same again, drop the chest down, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then exhale, pulling them open. Yeah, let's go for one more. Squeeze and then open. Nice. Good. Then move it back into that seated position. So still moving into the shoulders. Yeah, we're going to get a bit of movement in it. We'll go for a nice simple shoulder roll. Yeah, so your shoulder, you want to think about moving it round in that circular motion in that shoulder joint. All right, so sitting up nice and tall. Then from there, inhale, lifting the shoulders up towards the ears, and then exhale, bringing them back, dropping them down, moving them around in that circular motion. Now your shoulders, again, you might find starts to crack and pop and make some funny noises, but we just want to move that joint around. Yeah, create some space in the joint. That's it, just a few circles. And then change direction to bring it back around the other way. Yeah, maybe that feels a little bit different. Twisting around. Good, and then back into neutral. Yeah, next one from there for the shoulders. Arms are going to come out level, and we're going to basically rotate and twist around in the actual shoulder joint. Yeah, so think about your shoulder twisting around like that. Yeah, so even though your forearms and your wrists are turning, think about the turn coming from the joint. All right, so arms are nice and level, and then from there, twist it round, and then twist it back. Yeah, to palms face up. Twist it round, twist it back, round and back. Yeah, just a few turns. Might feel a little bit weird, a little bit different, but just keep it turning. Nice. Good. Yeah, release. Moving from the shoulders down to the wrists. Sometimes we forget about the wrists. All we're going to do today is just make some fists and then just start moving them around in a bit of a circular motion. Yeah, just making those circles. Yeah, and then change direction. Bring it back around the other way. Yeah, and then one of my favorites for the wrists, grabbing hold of the fingers, pulling it down. So we're just opening up the palm, opening up into all that forearm, into there. Good, holding it. Nice, good, release. Changing hands, holding onto the fingers, pulling it down, opening up the wrists, fingers, palms, all that sort of stuff. Nice, good, release. That's it. Right, let's move into the hips next. Let's get those hips going. So let's go back into that tabletop position, yeah, onto that all fours. And then we're going to start with the left foot out to the side. Yeah, so the foot lands flat, pushing the knee out a little bit. And then from there, just start moving the hip round in a nice circular motion. Yeah, so we want to create that space in the hip joint. And then again, you might find this starts to maybe make some noise. Yeah, maybe it feels a bit tight. Maybe there's some restrictions there. Yeah, just feel it out. Yeah, nice. And then change direction. So go back around the other way. Good, and then bring that back into center. So still working into that left leg now, or into that left hip even. From tabletop, we're going to kick the back leg up nice and high. Yeah, so the heel is up, toes are pointing down, and then we're going to turn the hip open, so we're going to turn it that way. Yeah, now bring the knee round to the side, and then back into the center. Yeah, so same again, lift it up nice and high, turn it open, bring it round, and then drop it in. Let's go for one more. Lift, turn, round, and down. Nice. Changing legs. So right foot comes out to the side. Yeah, foot lands flat. And then same again, just start moving it around in a nice circular motion. Yeah, so left and right might feel a little bit different. That's totally normal. Yeah, and then changing directions. Back around the other way. Good, and then bringing that back into center. Now working into that right leg. Yeah, so kicking it nice and high. Yeah, then turning it out, bringing it round, dropping it back in. Yeah, it's the same again. Lift, turn, round and down. Yeah, lift, turn, round and down. Nice. Right, bring yourself back down into that seated position. Just going to work into the inner thighs a little bit. So all we're going to do is have our feet or our legs in that sort of, butterfly position. Tucking in the feet sort of close as you can. We can use the elbows to push the knees down a little bit. You might find that your knees might be up here. So yeah, we can use those elbows to kind of help open the hips in that direction. All right, so holding on to the ankles or the feet, whatever you want to hold on to, taking that big breath in, and then as you breathe out, just start to open out the hips this way. Think about being nice and tall through the spine as well. Shoulders are relaxed down, yeah, rather than being all hunched up in here. Just think about lengthening through the spine and just opening up the inner thighs a little bit. Yeah, same again, just breathe in here. Just allowing time for the muscles just to really relax, yeah, switch off. Just really lengthen. Nice, and then we'll go one more for the inner thighs. So we'll take a wide stance on the legs. So find that point where you can sort of bring your legs out nice and wide. Obviously everyone's going to be different on this one. So all we're going to do is just kind of lean ourselves forwards and then really feel those inner thighs start to open up. Okay, big breath in first. And then as you breathe out, hinge forwards from the hips. Yeah, if you want to kind of bring the hands forwards a little bit, maybe rounding in the spine. And just find that point that works for you. Nice, good. Slowly bring yourself back up. Bring those legs together, and then we're just going to move into the hamstrings just a little bit underneath. So we're going to go for a straight leg, forward fold. So you'll feel this in the hamstrings in the back of the leg. You might feel it a little bit in the lower back as well because we're going into that forward fold. But what we want to think about doing is hinging forwards from the hips first, trying to keep those knees down if we can, and then rounding the spine, and then sort of, you know, dropping the head down, coming into that forward fold. So really feeling it in those hamstrings. All right, so legs are out straight, taking that big breath in first. Good, hinge forwards, and then round, slide it down, and then coming into that forward fold. Again, like I said earlier, if you feel like you're compressed and you're struggling to breathe into the chest here, think about breathing into the back. Yeah, maybe like the sides of the ribs, upper back. So we just want to find a bit of space to breathe. Yeah, nice long, slow exhales. Just to really help loosen and lengthen the muscles. There we go, slowly just bringing yourself back up. And then what we're going to do to finish up, we're going to go into our hip flexor and just a little bit of our quad as well. But before we do that, let's get into the ankles a little bit. Yeah, sometimes we neglect our ankles. So we're just going to hold on to the back of the leg, and then whichever leg you want to sort of start with, just start moving that ankle round. Yeah, in a bit of a circular motion. Yeah, let's try and get a bit of ankle mobility up. Yeah, change direction, so bring it back around the other way. Moving it around. Yeah, nice. Change your legs, yeah, so onto the other leg, and then same again, moving that ankle round into that circular motion. Again, you might find they start to crack, pop, click, all sorts of stuff. Change direction, back around the other way. That's it. Right, so now let's move into a lunge position. So, we're up on top of the knees. Yeah, we're going to start with the left knee down, and then we're going to step forwards with the right foot, okay? So we don't want to be at this right angle here. We want to bring this foot slightly further forwards. If you struggle with your knees, stick a pillow under it, or like a blanket, or like a jumper or something, just to give you that little bit of support, just if you're on a hard surface. Okay, so this front leg is straight, and all we're going to do is basically push the hips forwards. So we're going to create some space in the hips. All right, so facing forwards, take that deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, yeah, just sink down into it. Yeah, just find a bit of space there. Again, just breathe in nice and smooth. Good, and then bring yourself back up. Yeah, change legs. So right knee's down, left foot forward. Yeah, so we're at this angle here. So we've got some space to move into. Same again, nice tall posture, big breath in, and then breathing out, just pushing the hips forwards. Yeah, again, left and right might feel a little bit different. Just see how you feel today. But yeah, really just opening up the front part of that hip. Good, so we're going to do one more to finish, and we're just going to get into the hip a little bit more, because recently I've had a few people talk to me about sciatica and a few sort of sharp pains in their hips and their bum and sort of down their leg. So one of my favourite ones, we're going to bring ourselves down into that seated position, but then what we're going to do is we're going to place let's go for the right ankle on top of that left knee. Now, depending on what your right hip is saying on this one, will depend on how far up you want to sort of get this, if that makes sense. All right. So obviously, the lower down the leg is, there's less pressure in that joint. But then if you start bringing that foot in just that little bit more, you'll notice that the hip joint starts to pull a little bit more. So we've got this option here. If you're really struggling with this one, your second option is we can lie down onto our back, keep the leg at this angle, bring the hands through the gap that we've just created there, and then you've got options to either hold the back of the leg, yeah, or options to hold the shin. And then just relax the head back, bring the shoulders down a little bit, and start pulling that in, yeah? So you're still doing both. You're opening out the hip this way, getting into that hip joint, but we can either hold it back here, or if you're sitting up and you're in this position here. Nice, and then release. So we can just kind of lower that leg down or change legs if you're lying down on your back. So yeah, same again, just bring that foot across there like that, across the knee. Then bring that up. So again, just depending on now how your left hip feels, it will depend on how far up you want to bring that foot. Yeah, hands at the back are supported, so you're getting into that left hip now. And then same again, if you're on your back, hands are going to go through the gap, holding onto the back of the leg or the shin, and then yeah, dropping that head back, and then just resting there. Yeah, so think about sending your awareness, like all your breath, into that left hip. Yeah, so it's up to you which option you want to take today. Good. And then release. Lovely. Right, that's all we'll do today. So take some inspiration from those stretches. Something to do. Obviously, we've worked through the body, you know, neck, spine, shoulders, hips, everything. And then maybe, you know, in your own time, follow along with the video, or if you really like a particular stretch that we've just done there, spend a little bit of time into it. Yeah, muscles really like time under tension to kind of, you know, relax and switch off, and you know, you really want to kind of get deeper into those stretches. So it's all well and good holding a stretch for, you know, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. But if you really want to get that impact on like loosening up, just spend a lot longer stretching. Yeah, that's the key. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again in another one.